They call it Australia's national cancer.
I don't think young adults are aware of just how common it is and how likely it is, and also of how serious it can be.
I had a bit of pain, but that was it. There was nothing else indicating that I had cancer. I didn't think of melanoma as something serious, and I don't think many people do.
It's been 35 years since Sid the seagull first told us to slip, slop and slap. But skin cancer remains one of the country's greatest health challenges. It's estimated 30 Australians are diagnosed with melanoma every day. One state is not only the worst in this country, it's also got the highest rates in the world.
In Queensland here, the lifetime risk of developing melanoma is 1 in 10 for men, and for women is 1 in 17. There are still high rates of melanoma in the 15 years to 40 year age group, particularly in Queensland. We have found it harder to enact behavioural change in that younger adult group.
My name's Emma Betts and I'm 24. I like to say I pretty much had my life on track. I'd finished uni, I was over in East Timor pursuing my dream. I was by far the youngest aid worker in East Timor, and I was really excited about, at 21, what I could do in 5-10 years.
Whilst diving in East Timor, someone noticed an unusual mole on Emma's shoulder.
I booked in to see a GP and he just took it out straight away, and it came back that it was stage 1 melanoma. Everything was looking great for stage 1 melanoma. It was very thin, and the chances of that mole specifically causing problems was a mere 5%. So it was essentially a cure. So I found the lump under my arm in August 2013, and it was quite a large lump. So at that point I was diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma, and that's when I guess things got really serious. I went to stage 4, and that's your terminal prognosis. So I was 22 and had terminal cancer.
So the pain's still there, or just that sort of feeling?
I've used everything now that's available on the PBS. The only options I do have is clinical trials. It might come to the point where nothing's working and I just kind of have to let myself, watch myself die because there's nothing else.
You have a few lesions up here. All of us have cells called melanocytes in our skin. They're a normal part of the human body. Melanoma develops when those cells have undergone injury, most commonly due to UV-induced damage. These cells then mutate and become malignant, and in time can spread and metastasise to distant parts of the body and grow in those areas, causing most of the destruction and death due to melanoma.
Arms out to the side, fingers together.
There's been huge advancements in melanoma research in the last 10 years at all levels of treatment. If we catch it early, we know there are excellent survival rates.
I'd love personally for beard season to make it more of a priority for our medical industry to give free skin checks and to make skin screenings part of like a big national program.
Jimmy Niggles is the founding member of the Beard Season. It's a New South Wales-based charity that aims to raise awareness about the risks of skin cancer. Jimmy and some of his friends formed the Beard Season shortly after losing their best mate.
A lot of us might have known people that have had melanoma, but it wasn't nothing so close to home. Wes basically noticed something on his neck that was a bit itchy and a bit weird. It turned out to be melanoma, and by that stage it had already spread into his system. I think it formed a brain tumour in his head. He did everything he could to kind of fight it, but yeah, it just got the better of him. Essentially, the dream's been from the word go to have Beard Season skin check tents, which give free skin checks to anyone who wants one. And we did one the other day at the Australian Open of Surfing. We checked 116 people in 3 days and found 5 stage 2 melanomas. and 29 early stage melanomas and skin cancers, which is almost a third of the people that we check during the whole session. So every time someone asks us about our beards, we'll tell them about Wes and tell them to get a beard season skin check.
Skin checks aren't prioritised like other cancer screenings. It's just about being smart, and it's simple.
2 years after her terminal diagnosis, Emma now writes about her experiences on her blog, Dear Melanoma. She's already outlived doctors' expectations and in 2014 married the love of her life, Serge.
I don't want to get emotional, but he came at the right time, and I think there's something pretty special about that. I was lucky that he came. Yeah, he's my rock. I don't like making big plans because I think that puts time frames on things, but hopefully Serge and I will travel more, and just enjoy life.